All right, everybody, welcome back. Today, we are going to be talking about pedicuring.
Ooh, pedicuring.
Going to be good.
Love a good pedicure.
I think people think it's one thing, and when we really get into it, it's a lot more than that.
Yeah, I mean, most people, like myself, I think of going to the salon and, just getting a nice little foot rub and some pretty polish.
Exactly. And I mean, we're going to get into like some really cool skills that these folks have that you might not even realize.
Definitely.
So if you're thinking about a career change, maybe you're just curious about this world, get ready to have your mind blown.
Yeah, for sure. So I guess, let's just start with, what is a pedicurist?
Yeah, give it to me straight.
What do they actually do? So outside of, the aesthetic stuff, a really good pedicurist is like a foot detective, basically. They can tell if you have diabetes. They can tell if you have arthritis. They know, they look at your feet. They know what's up with your health.
Whoa, I did not know that.
Yeah.
So we're talking like legit health assessments here.
Oh, yeah. Not even just making them look pretty.
Yeah, they're trained to recognize like any changes in like your skin texture,
No.
your nail health. Like they know like if there's any swelling that, you as a normal person like probably wouldn't even think twice about, they know.
That's incredible.
They know, yeah.
I'm already, my mind is a little bit blown. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, and that's not even like all they do, because they also then educate you on how to like take care of your feet. They recommend like the products that you need. They even like do holistic foot care.
What is holistic foot care? I've heard.
Yeah, so basically it's like treating your whole body with your feet.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's like aromatherapy, reflexology, massage, all that.
Okay, so next level.
Yeah.
Not even just lotion them up, put some polish on.
Dope.
So where do these people work? What's the typical
Yeah, like what's the day-to-day?
day-to-day, yeah. It depends, really. You have your salons, you have your spas, you have your resorts, but you can also work with podiatrists.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So the medical setting as well.
That's cool. So
Yep.
you're meeting people all the time. You got to be a people person, I would imagine.
Big time. You got to be able to talk to people, make them feel comfortable, understand their needs.
And I'm assuming hygiene is a big one.
Huge.
You're dealing with feet.
Yeah, so they're constantly sanitizing. They got to be on top of it. Clean linens, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
You don't want to go to a dirty pedicurist.
No, absolutely not.
No.
Okay, so one thing I've always wondered about is the flexibility. Is this something where you could kind of set your own hours, maybe build your own clientele, go independent?
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely something where you can work evenings, weekends,
Okay.
Whatever works for you and your clients.
Could you set your own prices?
Yeah. And, that kind of goes into career progression, which RoleCatcher talks about a lot in their career guide.
Ooh, we're going to get into that.
Yeah, we'll get into
Okay, but real quick, before we go there, because you mentioned the, you got to be a people person, but what about the physical toll it takes on your body?
Totally. Yeah, because you're on your feet all day.
Yeah.
You're in weird positions. So RoleCatcher actually talks about that a lot in their guide.
Really?
Yeah, ergonomics.
Okay, like carpal tunnel, all that.
Carpal tunnel, back pain, foot pain, it's real.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
So you got to be physically tough, but also mentally tough.
Definitely. And then you can specialize in certain things.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. So how do you go from newbie pedicurist to I'm the boss?
Okay, so there are 4 different levels. Okay, so there are 4 different levels.
4 levels. Okay.
Yeah, so you start at entry level. You're just learning the basics.
Yeah.
Right? So how to shape the nail, how to do a foot soak, how to use the polish, all that.
Okay, so already that's a lot.
Yeah.
I would need to up my game.
Yeah, it's not as easy as it looks. And then you move on to junior pedicurist.
Yeah.
And this is where you get to really start to analyze what does this person need, You get a little bit deeper into the massage. Maybe you specialize in reflexology.
Reflexology.
Yeah, if you ever had that done.
I've always wanted to try that. That seems very
It's so cool.
next level, yeah.
It's they press on certain parts of your feet and it helps different organs in your body.
Oh, that's amazing.
I know, it's wild.
Okay.
And it's becoming really popular. Everyone wants that.
So you could cure someone's back pain through their feet.
Basically.
Yeah. That's incredible. Okay, so junior, you're really honing those skills.
Yeah, and then you go to senior.
Senior pedicurist.
And that's where you're the expert. Maybe you specialize in medical pedicures. You work with people who have diabetes. You actually work alongside a podiatrist.
So this is you're part of their healthcare team.
Exactly.
Whoa.
Yeah.
This is serious business.
Yeah, it's not just Like
Basically on the toes.
making your toes look pretty, yeah. And then master pedicurist, you've made it.
Ooh.
You're like basically running the show. You're like, managing other pedicurists. You're creating your own line of foot care.
You're like an entrepreneur now. So
Yeah.
you start with like learning how to paint nails, and then it's like you're a business owner.
Totally, yeah. Like the sky's the limit.
Wow. And that's like RoleCatcher. That's what they're talking about, right? Like this career progression.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
They lay it all out for you.
So let's talk about RoleCatcher a little bit. Like, how does it actually help someone who is like, maybe thinking about this and they're like, I don't even know where to start?
Yeah. So say like you're fresh out of beauty school, you're excited, you have your certificate. RoleCatcher is like that friend that like helps you through it.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah. So they have this like awesome tool that helps you build your CV, your resume.
I mean, that's like the worst part.
The worst, I know.
Like, I have a resume from like 10 years ago that I'm like, I need to update this.
But theirs is so good.
Yeah.
And you have to stand out, right?
Yeah, because everyone's got one.
Everyone's got one, so you got to be different.
Okay, so what else they got?
Okay, you ready for this?
Yeah.
AI interview prep.
Wait, what?
Yeah, like the AI will help you prepare for your interview.
So it's like a robot interview coach?
Basically, yeah.
I've never heard of this.
It's amazing. It's amazing. It like you can like record yourself answering these questions and it'll be like, you need to work on your tone or, like whatever.
Oh my God. That is so cool. That would have been helpful like back in the day.
I know. So like say you're like nervous for your interview.
Yeah, because I would get like so nervous.
Right. But it like helps you.
So you practice and then it's like you go in there, you're like, bring it on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, but like even if you nail the interview, you gotta find the job. Like that's a whole other thing.
Honestly,
right?
yeah. But they have this feature.
They thought of everything.
It's like a job board, basically. But it's like they just find the jobs for you.
What based on like what you're interested in.
Yeah, yeah. Like if you
Yes.
want to work with podiatrists, boom. If you want to work on the weekends, boom.
It's like a dating app, but for jobs.
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay, so they've got all that covered. That makes me feel like very like hopeful, I guess,
Yeah.
for the future. But there's like one thing that like no app can really teach you, and it's like the human element. Yeah, like all this stuff is great, the tech, the skills. But at the end of the day, you got to connect with people.
Oh, 100%.
Like you're with them, you're in their space.
You're like, yeah, you're touching their feet, so you got to make sure that there's like a good vibe.
It's intimate.
It is.
I hadn't thought about it like that.
And you're also like, people tell their secrets to their pedicurists,
They do.
They do. So you're like, you're a therapist. You're
A confidant.
confidant, exactly.
Yeah.
You're like their best friend for an hour.
It's the best of both worlds because you're like making their feet look good, but also like
Making them feel good.
making them feel good. And that's got to feel good for you too.
Yeah, it's very rewarding. Like, that you're like making a difference in someone's life.
It's more than just a job then, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
It's funny because we think of it as like, but like when you really break it down,
It's a lot.
it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a skilled profession.
Yeah. So much more than meets the eye. And that is why we do these deep dives.
Exactly. There's a lot of cool stuff out there that we just don't think about.
Yeah. So many different paths, so many things to learn.
And you never know, this could be your calling.
Maybe. Why not?
Maybe.
All right, everybody. That's our deep dive on pedicuring. Go get those feet done. We'll see you next time.